We have a question from Ben. Now, before I even go on this question, I never give medical advice. I certainly know a lot. I have been the first person on tragedies a few times in my life and had to do first aid and critical care, and I've taken a lot of classes with the American Red Cross. Certainly, the basics of different things. But I'm no doctor, I'm no trainer, but I do have some experience. That's why I like what Ben is asking here. He says this: I had open heart surgery in July to replace a heart valve from a congenital heart defect. Surgery went well, and I followed all of my surgeon and cardiologist recommendations, one of which was to not lift anything heavier than a gallon of milk until mid-October. Mid-October is right around the corner, and I'm excited to start lifting weights as part of my workouts again. But I'm a little bit apprehensive since I haven't lifted anything since the day before my surgery. Yeah, and it's wise, and I'm glad you're doing exactly what they're telling you to do. I plan to start with some 2 to 3 pound dumbbells initially next week with my son while he is working out, just to loosen things up and rebuild some range of motion. My surgeon said I will have no restrictions October 15th. So I was wondering if you had any recommendations on progressing in weight after such a long period of not lifting. Well, July to October, first off, Ben, welcome back, congratulations. But July to October is not necessarily that long. In fact, I kind of recommend, if you can, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks a year to taking off, OFF, no lifting. And occasionally, I think if you're a long-term trainer, I think up to 6 months is a good idea to go out and try something new. It could be a new sport, a new activity, or just not lift. Just because I think that's a good idea in every aspect of life. I think there's value to not being around some people sometimes, even if you dearly love them. We won't go too deep on that, but everyone involved in family knows that sometimes when the kids leave, it's kind of nice to say goodbye. You could probably do a full body workout, maybe. And again, you got to be smart. But with these 2 or 3 pound weights, I like the idea of just moving through the basic movements of the human body. Since they're only 2 and 3 pounds, you don't even need to get down on a bench for bench press. You can probably just do the old kneader press, the great shot put champion who did those standing bench presses for snap. By the way, still a great exercise for any thrower. You certainly. This isn't unusual. In fact, if you look at some of the old strong books and I have a stack of them right behind me, from 1910 to 1920, you'll see that a lot of people were doing really high rep, really high volume movements in a huge variety of exercises. Some up to, and if this is right, up to 1,000 reps. I think that's a little excessive in a workout. But Ben, I think you're going to be okay. I would like to see you take your time. There's a couple of exercises I'd like you to kind of step back from a little bit for a while, and that'd be the power lifts, only because of the high needed tension. I'm not saying you're gonna hurt your heart or anything, but I'd rather see you gently come up to being back normal. Right now, Ben, one of the most important things that you're doing is training with your son. If you have any precautions you can take extra besides the obvious ones of, following your doctor's advice, number 1. 2, taking your time, ramping things up gently. 3, if it's appropriate, a heart rate monitor. I don't know. I use phylmafitone's one that you have to plug in the ears, which I find to be a pain, but it's better than the ones in the chest. And I don't like the ones in the wrist because weights hit them all the time. So there is no perfect one yet, but I'm sure not long. I wouldn't mind on a heart rate monitor just to and stick real close to. I would even say sub-mafitone numbers. Maybe even take 150 minus your age as the high end, just for the first week or so. And I like what you're saying here. If you know Tim Anderson's original strength, I would recommend that also, just to get the movement back in those big joints and to kind of rebuild yourself, literally, if you will, from the ground up. Ben, this is a great question, and I do wish you the best, but I'm also very concerned about you going too fast. I hate to be such a brake, B-R-A-K-E, in your life, but I'd rather be a little wiser now and happier later. Ben, good luck to you. I want you to get back to me, okay? Thank you.